Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Joseph Bradley. I'm going to talk a little bit about fear and the understanding of the spirit world based around what fear actually is and where it comes from, and to see what spirit has to say about it. Just give me 1 minute. I'm standing on a ridge, and there's these kind of spears coming at me, and I'm grabbing them in the air. But there's so many coming, there's no way that I'm going to be able to stop them from hitting me. So my arms are just going as fast as I can to keep up, but at some point I know I'm not going to be able to keep up. So what do? Do I stay here continually trying to grab the spears, knowing one day that one's going to penetrate me and kill me? What options do you have? If I turn around, I'll surely get spears in my back. If I stay here, I'm eventually going to miss one. I can't go to the left or to the right because there's a wall there. I could jump off the cliff, but I have no idea where that leads. But it can't be any worse than it is on the cliff. I'm constantly getting spears tossed at me, and one day I'm going to mess up and I'm not going to be able to catch them all. And they keep coming quicker and quicker. So I jump off the cliff, and I land kind of like a trampoline. I jump on the trampoline and I go right up in the air and I spin. And I'm just so close to reaching my goal. There's another cliff up higher, so I go down and I continue to jump higher and higher till I finally get my fingers on that cliff above me. But then I look down and everything's so far away. I start to get a horrible feeling in the gut of my stomach. So I pull myself up, but I can't. I'm too weak. I've stayed here too long. Second guess myself, and now I'm stuck hanging on a cliff. I could just fall back down on the trampoline and jump back up. So I do. I end up jumping higher this time and landing on the cliff on my feet. The cliff starts to shake and crumble, so I run forward as fast as I can. I manage to dive into a cave. The door slams shut. I'm in total darkness. There are sounds in this place. What do? Do I stay in the dark shivering? Or do I just continually try to find a way out? The sounds are louder, but they're always at a distance. Sometimes things scurry close by. So all I can do is move forward in the dark, stumbling along the way, falling and lifting myself back up. But what would happen if I just stayed in the dark, sitting on the floor in fear, not knowing what to do? What would that accomplish? I clap my hands and the light shines down just for a second, and the room is full of people shivering in the dark, cowering in the corners, not be able to move. The floor shakes violently, and I keep moving forward, stumbling over the people to get to where I don't know what else to do except keep moving forward. So I keep pushing forward. In the dark, I hit a wall, and the ground shakes violently again, and opens up, and there's lava below, and all the bodies that were shivering in the cold fall down into the lava below. They don't even make any sound at all. It's almost like it's a bit surreal. I'm standing on the edge of where the floor let go. There's just a little piece of stone floor left. And I'm right up against the wall, stomach. I can't move. If I do, I fall into the lava. So do I stay, or do I try to keep going? There is a place on to the right of me. If I just slither over so patiently and so slowly, I might be able to get to there. There's a way I can continue going forward. So I do. I slither over, just taking my time, watching every step. I finally get to the doorway, and I run in. The room itself is on a cliff. I run into the door, and there's a sheer drop straight down into spikes. I'm teeter-tottering on the edge. I went too far. I went too fast, and I can't stop myself. I'm going to fall. I can't do anything about it, because I just went too far, and I just can't find my way to get my balance and keep falling forward slower and slower. I finally just fall. And I stopped just before I hit the spikes. A hand just reached out to stop me from hitting them. He puts me on the ground. And he just walks away. He was a big, huge creature. Huge muscles. Kind of like a large ogre type beast. He didn't even say a word. He just stopped me from hitting the spikes and set me on the ground. I'm walking down the street now. This is a creepy place. The buildings are all decapitated, falling in. The doors are broken open, the glass is busted. The screams off in different types of buildings. Screams close by, far away. There are shadows that move in this place. But there is a light about a quarter mile away. But I have to walk through the shadows to get there. So do I stay here, or do I go through the shadows? If I stay here, I can just wait here. Or I can face whatever is in front of me. As I walk closer, the things that I thought were shadows were nothing but reflections of trees, of buildings, of poles. There was nothing there at all except my imagination. So I walk into the light. I'm in a bright sunny day, walking down a path in a field. The sun's beating on my face. I take a deep breath. It feels so good. So good that I start to run. I run really fast. I feel my heart beating in my chest. My heart's beating so fast. I start to get a pain in my side. It goes up my arm, into my heart, my chest. I collapse on the ground. I feel my heart, the pain shooting through my arm and down my chest. I feel numb, except for the pain. Surreal. The pain starts to subside. I'm laying on the ground breathing. Barely. My heartbeat is slowing down. It's a moment, everything, a realization that I'm just about to die. My heart's slowing down. Am I ready to die? Have I done everything I was supposed to do? What about all the people that I hurt? Will they ever forgive me? Will I ever forgive myself? The people I love, what will become of them? Where will I go? What is after death? Is there even anything after death at all? Was it all an illusion? Was it all just a figment of my imagination? My heart stops. I stand above my body looking down. I see myself split off in many directions. Some go into light, some go into darkness. Which way is correct? Which way is the right way? As a spinning sensation, as all the parts get spun into one. I feel really dizzy. I'm walking down the street again. My head's spinning so fast. I feel every step I take, I fall to the left and then I fall to the right. My head starts to stop spinning, but I still stagger, like I have no control over my body. It's like I'm just really drunk. I think this part of my spirit is really drunk. There's a choice here. I am severely drunk. I just want to get home. So I take the shortcut. It's faster this way. There's an alley I gotta go down. And I feel really awkward, but at the same time I just don't seem to care because I can barely walk and I just want to get home. So I walk down and there's a man in front of me, and a man behind me. The man behind me pushes me onto the ground and the man in front of me points a gun to my head and tells me to give me all the money I have. I empty my pockets and throw them onto the ground. That's all I have, I say. What do you do in this situation? Do you fight? Do you just give them what they want? Is what they want enough? Do I cry? Do I cower? Do I stand up and not have any fear at all? When is fear okay and when is fear not? I give him what the man wants, empty my pockets. There's another version where I stand up and I tell the man to go to hell, and there's a gunshot and my body falls to the ground. The first scenario, the man grabs the money and runs away. One I was afraid, and another one I was not. So what man was right? Till all the scenes blow away. I'm standing and have flower in my hand, a beautiful flower. The spirit comes down. It's an angel. The spirit comes behind me. That is another angel. But this one is very beaten. He is bloodied. He gives off dark energy, and the other one gives off loving energy. So again, which one is right? The love or the chaos? So should one is full of fear and the other one is not. So in this situation, we would almost always choose the angel in front of me, not the one behind me. But the fear and the angel behind me is overwhelming. But the love and the angel in front of me is also overwhelming. So in this situation, if I choose the angel of light, nothing bad will happen to me. So in some situations, fear itself is perfectly okay. In other times, it is not. So to say to have no fear is not necessarily a good thing. To have too much fear is a bad thing. At least that's what we say. So what do you think? The angel speaks to me. The angel of darkness just looks at me. What do you think is better? To be in fear all the time, or to have no fear at all, or to have just a little bit of fear? I would say it's always better to have a little bit of fear, because if you have none, there will be situations where you will not realize the dangers that you're in. There'll be times where you'll just do something that you will get killed because you do not even know or realize, because you have no fear. Sometimes a little bit of fear is a really good thing. Like the drunken man giving up his money. so he can live another day. Maybe there's times where fear is a good thing. We go through life thinking fear is a horrible, awful thing. But then there's so many of us that are in horrible fear all the time. They cannot leave our home. That are afraid of so many things. There's so many things that create fear in the world. Our governments, religion, ourselves, conspiracy theories, terrorism. Are these good fears or bad fears? What is a good fear? There's so many different versions of fear. When you look at a situation where a person is afraid to leave their home because somebody might attack them, so they might walk by or be in a concert and a terrorist attacks, or a man shoots them for no reason. They're afraid they might get hit by a car. They're afraid of germs, so they cannot leave their home. How about religion that states that if you do something wrong and do not repent, that you can go to hell? How about governments and news agencies that spread stories based on fear? They spread fear throughout the world. If you keep the masses in fear, they will not overcome it. So overcoming fear is not necessarily overcoming all fears, is it? It's only overcoming the fears that prevent us from living our lives. Fears that help us continue to live and prosper is a good form of fear. It also gives us courage, as long as the fear does not debilitate and prevent us from moving forward in our lives. The ones that are the bad types of fear are the ones that we can't get out of our bed. The ones that we sit in the corner in the dark and not know what to do. The fear of standing up for what is right. But again, if you stand up for what is right and get shot, does that make any sense? Or should we even worry about that? It is a complicated subject with so many variables. So how do you know what good the time to be fearful and not to be fearful? Maybe it's you need to go within your heart. When your heart says and speaks to you, maybe then it is okay to be fearful. But every single one of us has to know each other, has to know yourself. A little bit of fear will give us good judgment. No fear at all can give us really bad judgment. Judgment and not of each other, but of what our actions are and what our actions will be. If you're not afraid to die, does that mean it is okay to kill yourself? Is it okay to not care about your life? because I am not afraid to die. So this doesn't matter if I die. Does it matter that I can put my life in danger all the time, to do whatever the hell I want, to drink every day, to do drugs every day? I'm invincible. I have no fear. Is that okay? The question is, when fear takes over the common sense, when fear takes over your life purpose, or no fear at all takes over your life purpose, that's when you start to see and know when fear is okay and not okay. Because if you have no fear at all, then you put yourself in situations that may change your true purpose in life. So that's why you listen to your heart and follow your heart, because it will guide you to do what is right, to what is purposeful, to what is common sense. We come to this earth for a reason, for a purpose. We look in the mirror and we ask ourselves, why did I ever come here? There's so many people on this earth right now that don't want to be here. They just want to die. They want this to be over already. They want something to be different, so they don't even live life. That is another form of fear. Afraid to live a normal life, be able to live a life on this earth. If you have millions of people that want the world to end, it has an effect on everyone and everything. If you have 7 billion people that want the world to end, the world will end in some form. Because the intention is so overwhelming, it would create a future that will condemn everyone to death. What would be the purpose to come here to end your own life? There's people that always speak that it's okay to commit suicide because it's a life contract if you do. A life contract. For a human race that has free will, that constantly changing its own future, never knowing for sure what one future will be over the next. Explain to me how a life contract explains that. Free will. I guess people could say because of free will we can commit suicide. That it's okay to do so. But then what is the purpose of coming here in the first place? Maybe it was to teach other people that it's okay to commit suicide. So let's all just commit suicide and get it over with already. All of us. Since it's okay to do it, let's just all get it over with now. When babies, why don't we just put up all babies to death from this day going forward? Because committing suicide is fearful. Because it interrupts your life purpose. That's all they're going to tell me. I'm Joseph Bradley. If you wish to do a service with me or visit my website, it's www.amonrossawakening.com. I'm also a professional Northern Lights photographer, and you can take a look at my Northern Light pictures at www.amonross or josephbradleyauroras.com. The thing here is, life is complicated. Let's not put everything in a category. Let's not put everything so simply, because life isn't simple. Life is difficult, hard at times, but it also can be absolutely beautiful, loving. When you truly follow your heart and understand love, you'll understand so many other things. You'll appreciate a flower, a tree, the animals, the fish, the water, the air, the clouds, the universe, people, the sound of a baby laughing, the sound of a baby crying, kids playing in the street. Fear prevents us from doing a lot of things. Some of those things are good, but some of those are horribly wrong. Thank you very much. I'm Joseph Bradley, and have a great day.